60s or something. Because when they modernized it, it just felt so bad. It was really bad. I know there's a lot of people who've seen the show and go like, you have to watch it, it's not bad. It's just, I don't know, it's just like once you make something that's based on the 60s and you modernized it, you immediately turn me off from the show. It's kind of like that with Texas Chainsaw. Like when they did Texas Chainsaw 3D, like everything about it makes no sense. I will explain the timeline of Texas Chainsaw. Okay, you have the first film, then you have the second film, then you have the third film, which are set in the same universe. You have the Sawyer family and all that. But 3 and 4, which the fourth one stars Matthew McConaughey and Renee Zellweger. McConaughey's the leader of the Cannibal Chainsaw family, and Zellweger is, I think, a high school girl who went to prom and they get lost. The ending's very bizarre because it sort of like reveals that the Cannibal family are working for this secret Illuminati group who want human meat from terrified human people because it would make the meat tender. It's fucked up. It's completely fucked up. So the fourth and fifth one. The fourth one is basically its own entity. Then you have the remake, and you have the beginning, which is a prequel to the remake. Then you have the 3D version, which is a sequel to the first one. I don't know if it is. I never ate human meat. I'm not a cannibal. I don't know. I never had the thought of eating humans. It's very creepy and disturbing and completely fucked up. Anyway, the 3D version is a sequel to the first film, so you could scratch the sequel out. And you have Leatherface, which is actually a prequel to the first film, even though the film sucked. Disgusting, I know. So, I never liked. I seen the remake. I seen the remake, the prequel, to the remake, and I seen the 3D version. I seen a trailer of Leatherface. And I was just like, this is not the film I want to see. I was kind of disappointed that Michael Bay and them never capitalized on doing other Chainsaw films. I was very disappointed. They were going to do a sequel to the prequel. Then they canceled it. Then they did the reboot. They were going to they had no plans of producing a third film in the Chainsaw reboot franchise. So they ended up going to doing Chainsaw 3D and all that. It's been revealed after Leatherface was released, the producers had the rights to make 5 more Chainsaw films, but they lost it. They lost the rights to it. Lionsgate and Millennium Films had lost the franchise rights, and due to the time they took to release it, Legendary Pictures, who made The Dark Knight trilogy and other films, has announced they are doing a new film and a television series in development on September 19th, 2019. It was announced that Freddy Alvarez would produce the Texas Chainsaw films. Alvarez also was the director and writer of the remake Evil Dead and Don't Breathe and The Girl in the Spiderwebs, which is a sequel to the American version of The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. The Girl in the Spiderweb is sort of a sequel to The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, but kind of isn't. It's I forget what the fuck film it is. I forget what it is. It's sort of like, it's a sequel to The Girl Who Kicked a Hornet's Nest, which was the third novel by Stieg Larsson, who passed away before finishing the book. So, some new writer took over it, and he did like The Girl in the Spiderweb, then the girl who takes an eye for an eye, then The Girl Who Lived Twice. Follow-up novel. So, I didn't see the Girl in the Spiderweb film, because I really liked the first film they made in 2011, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, which had Daniel Craig and Rooney Mara in it. The reason I liked that film was that they had Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross do the soundtrack to the film, and I really love the soundtrack. It's a really good soundtrack, by the way. They did the Social Network. It kind of makes me wish they would do the soundtrack for Batman. I want to see Reznor and Atticus Ross do a soundtrack to Batman and use some Nine Inch Nails songs in the film. Kind of make it like the Crow soundtrack. I don't know if anybody's ever seen the Crow movie. I always wish they would do a soundtrack like that for Batman. Add some like rock songs to it, like songs by The Cure and Nine Inch Nails and other great bands. Like it's a crime it's a crime that nobody never thought of it until now. I thought of it. I thought it'd be really cool, in my opinion. So anyway, it's been announced that Fincher, who directed the film The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, is directing his next film after Gone Girl, which I seen Gone Girl, and that film scared the shit out of me. I don't know if anybody's ever seen Gone Girl. That film literally scared the shit out of me. Like, it starts out with the wife missing. Ben Affleck, whose wife has gone missing, and it's set in the Show Me state, which is like more terrifying. I saw it and it's like, oh man, it's close to home. And everybody thinks he did it, like he killed his wife and her body's gone. Everybody in the media, her family, everybody in the neighborhood thinks he killed his wife. And it ends up revealing that she went back to her old boyfriend, who is played by Neil Patrick Harris. She ends up killing him and makes it look like he sexually assaulted her. And she's like covered in blood when she comes back, and she hugs him and she whispers in his ear like he figured out what she did. And she goes like, "You miss me?" And he's like, at that point I'd be like, "Oh shit, you psycho bitch." And slam the door. Like, it was a really terrifying film. And they're now talking about doing a sequel. I'd just be like, no, don't do a sequel. No. Anyway, they're talking about doing a remake. They're doing a modern take of Alfred Hitchcock's Strangers on a Train, which is about two dudes who meet on a train and agree to kill each other's significant other. Like, it's a really bizarre film. I never got to see. I never seen the film. It's like really. It's one of those Hitchcock films I never got to see, but it looks interesting though. All right. There's a lot of films that Fincher worked on and never got made, like World War Z sequel, which I always felt like I always wanted to see David Fincher do a zombie film. It'd be awesome to have like Universal tapped him to do The Walking Dead or some other films. Anyway, gonna do the wrap up of the podcast early. So, anyway, tomorrow's episode I will be talking about unmade sequels to films. Or should I say, a Superman film that got so close to being made, it never happened. Superman Lives is one film I will be talking about in the upcoming episode. So, anyway, I enjoyed the show. I enjoyed doing the show. I'm really excited for the Superman sequel, because the Superman story and stuff. Hold on, writing a comment. So anyway. Here's a question I got. Are you going to watch the AEW premiere on Wednesday? Yeah, I mean tomorrow. Shit. They're going to be doing the show tomorrow. Yeah, I look forward to it. I might, jump back and forth watching it. I might watch that, but I'm definitely going to be watching South Park. Because, we need some damn integrity. So, anyway, the wrap up the show, final thoughts are, man, I don't even have final thoughts for it. I guess I'll quote a line from Deliverance. You got a pretty mouth. See you all tomorrow. Bye.